Hello, hello, how are you today? I'm so glad that you came to play. Hello, hello, I'm glad we can meet. However we do it is such a treat. Thank you for joining in again. My name is Kharli Rose, and I'm excited to share some of the fun things that are happening this season, which is still spring. We are still in spring, where we have lots of neat things happening outside. We have some things springing up from the ground. Different plants are springing up. Different leaves are springing back on the branches. And we have some raindrops falling down, feeding some of our plants right now. So there are nice things to see. There are nice things to hear. There are different sounds out from different animals. And I'm noticing lots of the sounds from the birds. Have you noticed any bird calls out there? I thought we would look for some birds and listen for some birds, because there are some neat ones that are just flying around, either up in the sky or down on the ground. So let's become a bird. Little bird, fly around, up to the sky and down to the ground. Little bird, flap your wings, open your beak and sweetly sing. Can you make a bird song? Or you can make any sound you want. You can make it loud or quiet, but it's fun. So make a sound. There are lots of different sounds that are happening. There might be some sounds that you hearing a lot of at your house, or at your home, or in the park, or on a walk, like this one. If you've been hearing this sound, you could hear this sound in some of these places. Yeah, I want you to picture what you think that bird looks like that's making that sound. I want you to think about the size of that bird and what colors that bird might have on it. It's this bird. So this bird makes this song, and it's singing right now, and you may be hearing it. Some people say Phoebe or hey sweetie. Yeah. And do you notice some of the colors on this bird? What color do you notice on the head? So the head is black up here, and that is what made this a common name of a black-capped chickadee. So like a cap you could wear in your head, like a hat or a cap, this has a black cap. And you notice there's also a black throat. So this is our black-capped chickadee. And I'm wondering where we might find the black-capped chickadee. Chickadee, chickadee, where could you be? On the ground, in the water, or in the tree? What do you think? Where do you think chickadees nest? I've learned chickadees nest in holes. They like to be in holes in the tree, maybe left by a woodpecker, or maybe a hole that they found and enlarged, that they just pecked at and made bigger. So they like to be in holes. So maybe it's in a hole in the tree. Let's find out. Chickadee, chickadee, are you in the tree? Let's see. The chickadee's not up in the tree. What about on this side? Nope, no chickadee on that side. And who else is not in the tree? Wasn't there a bird in the tree last time? I remember there being a reddish bird there. Oh, look! Do you see any red birds anywhere else? They have moved, because these birds move. It looks like our robin might be in the grasses when it was in the tree. And chickadees like to eat some insects, which are in grasses. So let's find out. Chickadee, chickadee, are you in the grasses? The chickadee is not in the grasses. Oh, but look, the robin is. Nice. And who was in the grasses last time that was also red? We had a robin in there, And then we had our finch. And look, the finch has moved. Our finch is all the way up in those grasses because they like to move around. That's neat. So the other thing is chickadees like insects and they like berries. So maybe those are on our bush. Chickadee, chickadee, are you in the bush? Oh, it's not in that bush. You're a tricky chickadee. I noticed a black cap, and I noticed there's some black up here. Let's see, is it in this part of the bush? Oh, look, it is. The chickadee's up here. Do you notice that black cap and a little bit of white? Even from afar, because that's a small bird, you can tell that that's the chickadee with the black up here and the white. Yeah, and do you notice the different colors of these birds? So the chickadee has no red like the robin or the house finch. It just has the black on its head versus the gray versus the brown and some of the red. Yeah, so that's a good way to know. And size is important. The chickadee, like here, is small. It's just a little smaller than the house finch, just a little bit. And it's half the size of a robin. So that means the robin is 2 times as big as a chickadee. It's twice as big. It would take 2 chickadees to make a robin. So if you see a really small bird that's outside and has some black and white, then it's probably a chickadee. And if you hear other sounds, it could be a chickadee, like maybe this sound. Yeah, that has some chickadee sounds in it. And did you hear it say maybe Chickadee-dee-dee in there? Chickadee-dee-dee. Yeah, lots of neat sounds from birds right now in different places. So it's nice to know what they look like to help you find them, what they sound like, where they're going to be, and what they're doing, like what they're eating. If they are interested in seeds, then you can find them at a bird feeder at your home. And the chickadees really, really like sunflower seeds. And the finches like different kind of seeds too. So you could find these at your home. So maybe we'll find some of them outside or some of the new plants that have some bugs maybe growing on them. So let's go see and hear what we can find. Welcome outside with me, where I'm looking at some new growth, listening to some new sounds. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a woodpecker hitting the wood. Yeah. So keep your ears open for some of those cool sounds where they're hitting the wood or they're singing. And look for some nice sights. I'm looking for some new signs of new growth, new leaves, new berries, new fruits. And I'm noticing some here. Can you tell which might be some old leaves? Or on this plant it's special, so we call these fronds because they have all this space in between. This one looks like it's a little older, different colors. It's kind of faded, which means the plant has taken all the nutrients, all the food that it used to give it and sucked it all the way back in to give it out to these new fronds. Yeah. And what shapes are you noticing here? There's some interesting shapes that are happening. They're all curly, right? Yeah, they're all curling out. They're kind of curly like my hair. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, look at those. Those are nice. Those are like little spirals. They're all closed up tight, super tight. And they're gonna come out. They're gonna unfurl. Their little fronds are gonna unfurl. So this is a special plant you'll find in a lot of places in Washington. It's a fern. And it likes to be underneath some trees, so it gets some shade from the sun. And these plants have been around a long, long time. These plants were around before the dinosaurs. And they've been around for so long, they have special kind of seeds that you don't even call seeds. They're called spores. These existed before seeds. They're so old. So can you notice any little dots on the back of this? Let's see if we have any under here. Oh, do you see those little black dots? Those are all the spores. Let's see if there's any more. Can you notice any spores there? Wow, there's a lot of little ones up in there. Yeah, so that's how they make their babies. They live in places with water and places with birds. That's our song sparrow again. Oh, it's nice and making nice sounds. Yeah, so it's a nice time to look at the new growth that's coming out. And it's a lighter shade of green, I noticed. So let's see if there are any other ones that you notice have different shades of green. Like, let's look down here. Do you see any dark green and light green? So like these would be the lighter, the new growth that's happening. And so you can see it's stretched all the way out. This is a long, long one. That's how it stretches out, just how we grow. We grow taller, it grows longer. So there's our new growth. It comes and stretches all the way out here. Oh, how about in here? Do we have any new things growing? This is a new one. Super new. And this is a plant we looked at a while ago. Oh yeah, that's a new one. Oh, next to another kind of interesting seed. And here is one all by itself. So this one might help you figure out what it is. So this is a baby of the one we saw a while ago that has what people call grapes, but actually berries. So this is known as a grape around here. This is can be called an Oregon grape, is one name for it. And see, it's growing right out of the ground. And it wasn't here a while ago. So it's nice to know that some plants that aren't even here are still going to sprout up, which means you can be looking on top of the soil for little things coming up. Like we have little things popping up here and there, and it'll be nice to see what they are as they start to grow and get taller. Yes, and you can see there's lots of green behind me because these nice big conifers don't lose their needles. They don't have leaves, but they have needles. Yeah, so there's lots of green things happening in spring, and there's lots of neat sounds. So I hope you're noticing some of these fun things wherever you are, and that you're just having a good time when you're outside. Thanks for playing. We are done for today, for today, for today. We are done for today. I'm so glad we could play. We will play again someday, again someday, again someday. We will play again someday because it's fun to play. Yay! Thanks for playing.